All right, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Fresh Takes with Russo and Felice. I am Paul Russo. Across from me, as always, is Nick Fresh Felice. Nick, how are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing good, Paul. I'm over here.
Sorry, guys.
There I am.
There we go.
What's going on, Paul?
We're still working out the kinks a little bit.
Yeah, you'll get it, Paul.
Yeah.
It's the middle of July now.
It is. We are in it.
And it's getting around that time of the summer. It's like, I would say it's pretty close in the middle of the summer.
Yep.
A lot of good activities going on. People at the beach, people at the amusement park, people getting drunk, and a lot of good sports going on right now, Paul.
That is true. A lot of good pop culture going on as well. But we also have, for the first time ever today, an in-studio guest with us. Nick, it's your friend who has become my friend as well, Josh Langley. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Paul. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Thank you for having me, and I'm ready to talk some sports and pop culture.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
That's good to hear, bud.
Josh, can you give a little bio about yourself?
Yeah.
I'm from Watkins Glen, New York.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in the Army.
Congrats.
I'm up
Thank
here-
you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm up here visiting, and I'm glad to be on the show. I'm ready.
That's awesome. So thanks for joining in with us. And
You're going to have a good time, man.
yeah, so here's our brief rundown for the day. Obviously, last week we missed a little bit of big news, I think, and we're going to touch on that. We also got a nice little rundown for everyone today as well, and we'll jump right into the first one, which is, of course, LeBron James has made his decision. He is going to, obviously, the Lakers.
Oh,
Los Angeles Lakers. Yes. Yeah.
Quality decision.
Josh is very happy about that one, obviously.
Because Josh is a Lakers fan.
4-year deal, $153.3 million over that. So he's made his decision. I think it's going to be a really good one for him. Nick, what do you think off the bat? First
thoughts.
Yeah.
Is I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get. I just don't get it. It's the Lakers is like the Cavs.
Yep.
In a sense. You got George Hill and you got Lonzo Ball. I don't know who's better. I mean, Lonzo Ball could definitely be better than George Hill in the future. Center-wise, they're worse, I would think, with Kevin Love. JaVale McGee, and then there's Kevin Love. Kevin Love is better than JaVale McGee. LeBron is still LeBron. And now he's even in the West, and that's just not going to be good for him. There's too many good teams. There's the Thunder. There's the Warriors. You heard of them?
Yep.
They're good. The Rockets,
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of competition right there, Paul.
Yeah, I do agree. And the Lakers obviously made some big signings. And Josh, you are the Laker fan here, so I'll throw it to you. What was your initial reaction, really?
Well, I was definitely happy about it. I mean, I can't act like I was sad about LeBron coming to the Lakers, but I think it's not gonna be this year. I don't see us making it happen this year. I believe we'll make the playoffs, but I don't think we'll run deep into the playoffs. Nick touched on it with all the good teams in the West. I just don't see us. We got LeBron, we just signed Rondo. I like Rondo. Assist machine. We got Lonzo, of course. I think we're going to make one more big pickup, and I think that will set us over the top, and we'll make things happen.
And one point I would say is LeBron has never, when he's gone to a new team with the Heat and back to the Cavs and now the Lakers, he's never won in the first year. Been to the finals, but never won. So I don't think he's going to win this year. I don't know if he could ever win with the Lakers if that Golden State Warriors team keeps improving. And they keep improving, and it's just seems like a impossible 2K team to beat.
Yeah, so I think it's obviously another. I guess the second biggest signing, really, to be fair, is maybe not necessarily Paul George or anyone like that. It might be DeMarcus Cousins on the 1-year deal to Golden State, which kind of plays to a different key here. But you look at the teams, and the Lakers haven't signed exactly the. I guess the All-Stars, really, to be fair. I mean, Lance Stephenson's a good player. Rondo's still obviously very good.
Ain't no Cousins.
No, JaVale McGee is no DeMarcus Cousins either. So I don't know if they're necessarily out on the Kawhi sweepstakes yet. I don't know. We'll go back to you quick, Josh. What do you think would be the best pickup scenario for your Lakers?
I mean, I'd have to say Kawhi. It would just be a good fit. We need someone else. I mean, Lance is good. Lance Stevenson's not bad. Defensive guy, he can put up points when he needs to. And I really like that, but we need someone. We need
young guys wise, not to jump in on you, but young guys wise, who are you willing to give up for Kawhi?
Whew, that's tough.
Because you do have good guys in Kuzma, Ingram. Lonzo was even showing some signs off the bat.
To be honest with you, who would I like to see go?
Yeah,
it'd probably be Lonzo. Just from what I saw in their play last year and all that, I would have to say I wouldn't mind losing Lonzo.
But when you give up Lonzo, you also give up LaVar and LiAngelo and Zoe and Ho and Tro and Carl and all the balls.
That's true. So it will certainly be an interesting, I guess. Still summer. We're in the middle of summer league ball, so you never know who exactly.
Still got time.
Exactly. And you bring up a good point. You still got some time going.
But what seed do you guys see the Lakers this year?
Josh, will you first?
How far will they go to?
I don't think we'll probably. I don't see us going out of the first round.
First round, really?
Yeah, because I don't think we'll. Cause there's so many good teams: Warriors, Houston, Thunder. There's just gonna be too much competition for what we have right now.
Yeah.
If we're looking at the team right now, without picking up Kawhi or anybody else, I don't see it.
That's fair, Nick. Your guess?
LeBron ain't losing the first round. That's not happening. I see conference finals. If he gets on the side with Houston, he'll be Houston. And I see them in the conference finals probably getting swept or losing 5 by the Warriors. I mean, the Warriors are just stacked.
They are. I think it's safe. I think I'd go. See, it's tough because it's tough to predict in that division itself anyway.
You never know.
Yeah. So I'd go like probably somewhere in the 3 to 5 range would be my bet because it's still LeBron. Like LeBron is
there'll be a 3 to 5 range. I see that 3 or 5 seed.
But I think 3 to 5 in there probably.
But if they get matched up with the Warriors at some point before the conference finals, they're not going to conference finals. Whenever they play the Warriors is when they'll lose.
That's a pretty safe bet. So.
Or the Knicks.
That's something to look forward to. But in the meantime, we'll move on. We'll go to something a bit more going on in the current realm. The MLB announced their All-Stars for next weekend's Midsummer Showdown going on in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Pretty much, really, it was, I wouldn't call it a really great, straightforward ballot. A lot of questions, a lot of snubs, a lot of interesting people who made the All-Star team. Most notably, you got your headliners, obviously, like Mookie Betts, Bryce Harper. But interesting guys were left off the roster, such as AL ERA leader Blake Snell, left-handed pitcher from Tampa Bay, left off. Mm-hmm. Even the last chance ballot, although obviously we'll get in more or less.
James Paxton, Charlie Morton, a lot of guys left off the ballot.
That's right, you went the Charlie Morton route.
I love that you said Betts and Harper headline because they do headline. They're very popular players, but they headline different negative and positive ways. Betts headlines in a positive way. This guy could be the MVP of the American League this year. Harper headlines in a controversial popularity way.
Okay.
He's not having a typical Bryce Harper season. Mm-hmm. And there is debate whether or not he should be even in the game. But he's too popular of a player. And when the fans vote, Harper's going to get in the game.
Yeah. Well, you can't really discount what Harper did to start off the year, though. Despite what his average says, he was hitting the ball literally out of the park at a relatively, at the time, historic rate.
You notice when Harper struggles, the Nationals struggle.
That's a very, very good point. Josh, I know baseball's not really your forte. Does anybody really stick out to you at all?
Yeah, I am a Mets fan. I got to go with Jacob deGrom.
Really, to be fair, you're only like true all-star this season.
Yeah. But he pitching well. He's pitched well this season. He's only 5-4, but when you're on the Mets team, I mean, that's as much as you're probably going to get.
He is, in all honesty, really getting the short end of the stick, though, with this team, because he is pitching historic relatively ball, all things considered, right? Like, he has one of the lowest ERAs in the modern day at the moment. Yeah. However, he doesn't have the run support around him this year. So it's an interesting conundrum to have. Offensively, anyone you could see possibly getting a sub in from the All-Star side?
I don't see it. I'm going to have to pass.
All right, that's a fair point. Nick,
what was the question? Offensive?
Do you got any, like, we'll go overall now. Do you got any snubs or anyone like that?
Offensively?
Both sides.
That we have not mentioned?
Yeah.
Or to mention? I think you gotta... I think Gene Segura needs some love.
Yep.
Gene Segura is the shortstop for the Seattle Mariners, my brother's favorite team. Matt will be on the show sometime. We keep saying it, but he'll be on sometime. But Gene Segura, he's just having a great year. It's a tough position because Machado's over there at shortstop now. He's got to go against him. Simmons has had a great year.
Well, it's funny you bring up the Simmons part of it because both of them are in the final vote, and Segura at the moment is leading the final vote for the AL side.
I hope he gets in.
He should. I voted him in as my regular All-Star.
Really? Over Stanton?
Oh, no. Regular All-Star.
Okay.
I've said this. I think final-wise, Segura looks like he's going to end up getting it. But I said initially I thought Benintendi was going to get it because Red Sox Nation this year is insane. Like, this is the way they're acting. And I mean, I got called some things on Twitter.
When's it end? Thursday?
I believe so. Thursday or Friday.
It's usually Thursday.
Yeah. So, NL side, final vote leader at the moment was, I believe, Jesus Aguilar for the Milwaukee Brewers, who is destroying the baseballs left and right.
He has been lately.
Yeah. So he just doesn't have the plate appearances. I know to lead categories or be in categories. But he's at, I believe going into today was like 24 home runs and 50-something RBIs, I think.
That's an all-star.
Yeah. So he's mashing the ball. He is, I think, certainly one guy you want to see, not even in the All-Star game, I think the Home Run Derby as well. There's only been, 2 confirmed people in the Home Run Derby? I think Harper and Max Muncy, I believe, of the Dodgers, correct?
I haven't heard anything on that.
So who do you think should be this to tail on to the All-Star thing? Because I really do still love the Home Run Derby. It's, I think, really fun to see guys just absolutely mash baseballs into orbit.
It doesn't seem to be affecting people's swings anymore like it used to be.
No, I think a lot of it has to do with the overall game itself, the way it's played now offensively. So
yeah, they're just swinging all the times now.
Yeah. So who if you had a golden All-Star you want to see in the Home Run Derby, who are you picking this year anyway?
This year,
yeah.
I like to see. I like this. Just off the top of my head, I like to see Nelson Cruz.
That'd be a good one.
I don't know if I'm going all Mariners today.
No, but that's a good pick. The swing itself.
I don't know if he's ever been in it. Has Cruz ever been in it?
I don't think so.
I would like to see him hit some home runs. Was that Washington? Not really friendly anywhere, really.
It's friendly down the lines.
Yeah.
But other than that, Josh, anyone you want?
I would.
No, you're good. You're good.
I would love to see Cespedes when he was in it. That was a fun time.
Yeah. Josh, anyone particularly you want to see?
Cespedes?
Well, no, I'm going to go. You've already mentioned him, Paul. Bryce Harper, just because popularity.
Yeah.
And I think he can perform there.
Well, I'll just say the guy who was the snub initially anyway. I'd love to see Jesus Aguilar in it, just because I think it'd be good exposure. And that Brewers team, man, is a good ball team right now. Yeah. They really are. Good pitching.
That was your pick?
They were my pick in the beginning of the year. Centralized, I think I even picked them to be in the World Series, I think.
Yeah, I think
which
Yankees
is pretty nutty.
6 or 7.
We'll jump ship. We'll head over to the pop culture side of things for a moment and discuss the big movie going on right now, or at least one of them anyway, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
So,
yeah.
So before we tell the viewers, So you have seen the movie yesterday.
I did see it yesterday.
And I have not seen the movie.
You failed.
And Josh has never seen the series.
You failed to do your homework, Nick.
Well, I kind of like it. See, now you can tell the
fill us
viewers
in.
what to expect. I can still make some guesses and predictions of what I think to expect.
Yes, so the movie, you're essentially back to Jurassic World, really, the theme park for a little while, which is really cool. Certainly not a plot line I expected overall. You kind of got the idea of it anyway from the previews and trailers, but certainly not what I thought. Chris Pratt did an amazing job acting. I thought Bryce Dallas Howard did a fantastic job in her
Good friends
role.
of ours.
Good friends. good friends of the podcast.
They'll be on sometime.
But, yeah,
Definitely.
I can understand why, though, critically it's getting a little bit thrown around a little bit, I guess. There are certainly some parts where I wouldn't say they're forcing things, but they were certainly trying to, I guess, nudge you into what they were doing.
What I've seen from the trailer is it seems like it's going to be the scariest Jurassic Park / world that has ever been around. I've heard there's more dinosaurs than any of the other 4 movies combined.
Seemed like it.
The ratings haven't been so high on it, but it
has grossed pretty well. We have it on the screen. It's grossed through Sunday was at $990.4 million.
Yeah.
So it's grossed relatively well still.
As a pretty diehard fan, I won't judge it too much. I'll probably like it. I won't.
I will say
anything
this
bad.
to jump in quick. I consider myself not a little bit above a general fan, but not diehard for the Jurassic Park / World Series. I can understand if you were a diehard if you didn't like the movie, though. I really could. However, at the same time, it was still a good movie overall, a really good movie just to go see, like, in general. You know what I'm saying? It definitely had its moments. A lot of suspenseful parts. I thought they were trying to joke up maybe a little bit too much at some points.
Yeah.
But
I get that vibe too. If I do it.
Would you be inclined to go see it though? Like now that a few of us have gone and seen it, or
yeah, I might go to the movie Sunday matinee, go by myself, watch it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the first Jurassic World, I waited till it came out on DVD. I bought the lunch box. They said it would be a shirt. There was no shirt, and I might just do that again. I'm not opposed to waiting, and so I've just seen from the trailers. It's just like, is there this dinosaur that's supposed to be like a comic relief?
I don't think. Well, yeah, there was a dinosaur that played.
I don't like
comic
that.
relief.
I don't like that
They didn't
at all.
I don't.
These dinosaurs are supposed to be scary.
I don't know about necessarily being scary, but there was a dinosaur in particular, and it came in one scene and lasted about like a scene or so until like the final scene of the movie, give or take. It was in probably a good part of like 3 scenes that it was like comedic relief, if you will.
And how much will we expect of Jeff Goldblum? Is that how you say it? Goldblum?
Yeah.
How much is he in it? Give me a percent of the movie. How much is he in it?
I think 5 to 6%.
Yeah.
It's not much, but it's a very he's not in it much, but he plays a really key role overall.
Really?
At the beginning and at the end of the film. Not to give too much away.
I won't even say if he's in the third one. He might die.
I'll say this: he should be in the third one unless something happens to him personally in like the real world. If you will.
So he's alive.
Yeah. All right.
Quick spoiler. Not too bad, but
so we'll move on to another topic, Nick, that me and you enjoy talking about. We've gotten into it a couple times before, just in our group chat even. More or less, it's actually me versus your brother, but...
I just saw the poster today.
Yeah, The Walking Dead Season 9 poster came out over the weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. If you haven't seen it, Rick and the post-apocalyptic crew are making their way, it appears, to Washington, D.C. Certainly an interesting part. A lot of questions are surrounding the season overall, especially with now a lot of reports gaining traction, at least that Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick Grimes, will be leaving the series at some point during the season, whether it be during or after. And I know I haven't watched as much recently, but I know you, Nick, you're very much so into the series still. So what do you think we can expect as the viewer and fan from the poster that could lead into anything into the season?
Well, I am a diehard fan since mid-season of Season 5. I've watched most of the episodes before that to catch up and really know. My brothers helped me through it. So when I look at this poster, I see Rick with Michonne, Carol, Maggie, and Daryl. All characters in the show. If you have not seen up to Season 9, I'm sorry to give you good spoilers, but they are alive after the end of Season 8. And when I look at this poster, it says The Walking Dead returns in October. That means it will return this year.
Yeah.
They don't put a year up, but it's coming back this year.
So one of the key things I noticed, not to jump in, but because you mentioned the poster, one thing I did notice very much so about the poster was that they all appear, I think there's, 5 of them on the poster, right? Rick, Carol, Maggie, Daryl,
and Michonne.
And Michonne. They all appear relatively, cleaned up, you know what I mean?
Yep, Rick's got a nice little shape. But all jokes aside, there's 3 things I'm taking away from this. One is obviously Washington.
Yeah.
They're in Washington. Number 2 is the helicopters behind them.
You took what I was going up talking about.
Yeah, you can talk about it after. And then number 3, Maggie is not pregnant.
Yeah.
So it's a big time jump. There's a kid out there, we would think, and they're in Washington, and the helicopter is either on their side, something happened with the helicopter, but if you want to talk about the helicopter.
Yeah, so there were 2 key things for me because they were already in Alexandria, which means they're already in the capital area, if you will, right? So you kind of already knew they were in that area, so nothing from that angle, surprises me. The part that did surprise me, though, was, one, that they were relatively cleaned up, and we did know that they were time jumping a little bit in the season, as they do in the comics anyway, right? So we noticed that, and I think the other big thing, too, is the fact that the helicopter that's there, who knows what that really might actually be.
They never explained that yet.
Yeah, so...
They've shown it in Season 8.
Yeah.
At the end.
So... to me, it tells me that there's going to be some sort of, I think, big...
they're going to have to explain.
I'd go shift, if you will, coming.
Yeah, they got a lot to explain from this time jump.
Yeah.
What happened from then to there.
I know you're in the comics more, so do they offer anything in the comics-wise about the time jump?
I am not in the comics.
Oh, I thought you were.
That is my brother who's in the
my
comics.
apologies.
I've heard a little bit about the comics. Not much of a reader, Paul.
Figured comics would be more your thing, but
yeah, there's pictures.
But like I said, I don't watch it enough like I did the past seasons, and I know you and Matt turned me on to it, and I liked it for a while, and then the past couple seasons, some of the stuff they've done's kind of swayed me away, but I will watch the past couple seasons for sure. I will tune in to watch the opening one and kind of see what happens. They usually keep me intrigued for the first couple weeks, and then
big question though is definitely Rick. Will he die? Him and Maggie.
Yeah, we won't know really about what happens with those two because Rick doesn't die in the comics. I don't think. I'm not too sure.
Not yet.
And I'm not too sure what role Maggie really plays in the comics. So.
Yep. But Rick is from the country of England, right?
That's true.
Yeah, good transition right
What a
there.
transition by Nick. You're getting
Josh, you wake over here. He doesn't really know what.
Nick is getting the role of these transitions, but England, like Nick said, we're going to go on to the World Cup now to wrap up the podcast today. World Cup 2018 taking place over in Russia. Been really exciting. A lot of thrilling finishes, a lot of surprising teams and some surprising finalists. I think a lot of people can agree. And I'm not the biggest soccer guy, but I'll tell you what, a lot of these games are really intriguing. A lot of fun, thrilling endings. A lot of it's really cool to watch the PK shootouts and see how those end up. But today, France beat Belgium 1-0.
Josh watched the
game. Great game.
And tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern time here in America, England takes on Croatia, two teams that people didn't expect to be where they are. England, a lot of people are saying, are essentially a World Cup ahead of where they should be. Croatia, however, I think a little bit of a dark horse. Not a lot of people expected them. However, they've been playing some really good ball, some soccer, really good football.
Luka Modric, good player.
Yep. And a lot of Croatian players are playing professionally now, really abroad. A lot in the EPL or Barclays Premier League, actually BPL, and in Bundesliga, La Liga. They're pretty much everywhere. So, what do you guys expect from the final here going forward? Josh, we'll start with you.
I did not catch today's game, but Josh did.
Well, a lot of people are saying that the France and Belgium game that happened today, they would have liked to seen that in the finals, which I have to agree, because that kept you in the game the whole time. But I'd like to see Croatia go against France, and I'd like to see that. I think it'll be a great game.
Yeah, for sure. Nick, what about you? What have you seen, and what do you think will happen here?
So I've been at work most of the time, and I haven't been able to catch most of the games. But I've seen them on score. I've seen the scores, and I've seen Luka Modric play, and I'm all on the Croatian bandwagon right now. I think they can win it. Yeah, I think they could win the World Cup. I really do. I think it was Argentina was in their group.
Yep.
Argentina. They beat them pretty good. They beat Nigeria. I remember that. They beat them pretty good. I mean, I'm not a huge analyst here about soccer, but I just like Croatia's game. Their possession's really up. And, I mean, Luka Modric is going to be player of the World Cup.
Nice prediction.
Cristiano Ronaldo had a big day today, but Luka Modric is going to steal the show, and he deserves it. He looks like Steve Nash. He's the Steve Nash of soccer, and yeah.
Yeah, so I think it will be an exciting. I think Croatia will pull through. I have
really, we're all on the Croatia.
I like Croatia. I said from outset that they'd have the potential to be a nice little dark horse pick.
Yeah, I've been saying that since they moved on to semis.
They have moved on pretty well. So with that in mind, we're gonna pivot to our ending here for the day. Can't thank Josh enough for coming on, Josh. Hopefully we can get you on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a good time.
Oh yeah, it's been fun. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and
I did.
Hopefully, you can come back maybe once or twice again.
I will, definitely. I'm looking forward to the NFL season, so I got to give a shout-out to my Jets. Jets, Jets. Let's go.
That's enough screen time.
Nick, any shout-outs you got?
Shout-out to Pat Russo, your brother, Paul. I know he's on the Croatian bandwagon right now. Everyone's on the Croatian bandwagon. Let's sing the national anthem.
I don't know the national anthem, so we'll pass. So with that in mind, I'm Paul Russo. That was Nick Felice. Special thanks again to Josh Langley.
Yeah, Josh.
We hope you enjoyed the podcast today of Fresh Takes. And we will catch you all again in a couple weeks again. July 24th, I believe, if I'm doing my math right.
No. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.